More for my time at home. My family adores going to antique malls. I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, that's boring. And I get it. I was under the same assumption. But to be honest, the amount of things that you can find in antique malls are not just limited to antiques. For my haul, most of the things I bought were mostly gifts from my family and other family members who like collecting items of varying types, from gnomes to cherished teddies. But I did in fact buy myself a few things. Some stickers that were only 25 cents a piece, and absolutely adorable. Pokemon cards that I'm going to be making a separate video on. One for all the cards I got during the holidays, and a short that explains how I screwed up when I bought these lol. Listen, they were discounted and, well, you'll have to wait and see. A Blue Jay Squishmallow, which was definitely not an antique. The amount of Squishmallows I found at just one antique mall alone was insane. Up next, bar soap. And no, not antique soap, but much rather rock hard goat milk soap. Yeah, funny name, I know. Which has that manly scent with it. Seriously though, I'm one of those chicks who'd prefer scents that are typically intended for dudes rather than for females. Can't honestly tell you why though. Is anybody else like that? Lastly, the meat and potatoes of this video that makes me feel like I'm about to become the protagonist of Inscription, a collectible card game from 2003 called Ophidian. Ophidian? Ophidian. Well, however you say it, that I never heard before. Granted, all the packs inside were already open, but I thought it was just a really cool find and a piece of early 2000 collectible card game media. Released in 2003, Ophidian 2350 is a collectible card game released by Ophidian Games and Fleer. It uses a play structure called the flow rather than normal turn-based system typically used in the games. The game takes place in the year 2350, where a strange reptilian race known as Ophidians run gladiatorial arenas for humans, aliens, and demons alike. Combat consists of one team pitted against another, and through competitions, often die. The gladiator's DNA is often taken from the match to resurrect the fallen warrior. Each player's team is made up of up to 4 gladiators, usually one of each victory point, level ranging from 1 to 4, but a team can technically be made up of any combinations that adds up to exactly 10. A player can win either by defeating an opponent's gladiators or defeating gladiators worth a greater number of victory points after 4 waves, or rounds, or by amassing 15 points worth of cheer from the audience. Each side of the table is divided up into an action field where powerful gladiators can attack and protect others from attacks, and a support field where less powerful gladiators and supporting minions usually reside. Between waves, cards can move between the field as needed. Some of the card mechanics are recognizable from previous games such as Magic the Gathering. Cards are set when activated, being rotated 90 degrees to show that they have been used, which is identical to tapping in Magic. However, the turns of previous CCGs are not present in Ophidian, instead replaced by the flow. The flow, which is the momentum-based system that replaces turns in Ophidian and allows both the players to be active at one time. One with the flow, and another without it. All actions are either positive, denoted by a plus, or negative, denoted by a minus, and players can play only when they have a flow. And whilst positive actions allow one to keep the flow and play additional actions, a negative flow action gives flow to the opponent. It is also possible to extend cheer to change an opponent's positive action into a negative action, and thus force a change in the control of the flow. Certain actions, or responses, can be played even without the flow. When both players have no further actions to take, the wave ends, with both sides taking a breather. When the next wave starts, the flow begins with the player who has taken the most damage on his or her or their gladiators, both alive and dead. In the late 1990s, 3 college students created Ophidian 2350. The team spent 5 years developing the game before bringing it to market. The team signed with Fleer Entertainment to print and publish their game. They worked with some local playtesters and game designers to refine the game, adding mechanics like cheer and reinforcement gladiators, and then they built a lore around the game, and Fleer hired a professional writer to develop the story content around that lore. Fleer created a tournament structure and developed special rules and prize support for the game. And Fleer showcased the game at game conventions such as Origins and Gen Con, and incorporated fan support into their web presence. The game initially garnered positive reviews, including a 5-star rating from Scry. However, after only 3 months on the market, Fleer pulled the product because of general financial difficulties arising from the faltering sales of sports cards, Fleer's primary product. In 2013, the unsold inventory of Ophidian 2350 game cards were rediscovered. It was purchased to form the basis of Hack and Slash Games. In 2015, Hack and Slash Games acquired licensing rights from Ophidian Games with a plan to bring back the game to market with a convention tour and Kickstarter event. In 2016, Hack and Slash Games released Ophidian 2360 Survival of the Fittest, a non-collectible version of the game. It features updated icons, templates, as well as artwork, but is completely backwards compatible with the Ophidian 2350 release. Hack and Slash Games plans to continue to release expansions for Ophidian 2360, updating most of the Ophidian 2350 cards over time with updated icons, templates, and sometimes with new artwork altogether. So what do you know? I found a lost piece of media, in a sense, that was only released for 3 months. Crazy. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you guys are interested in seeing streams that showcase me just putting these cards into like binders and whatnot, something of a chill stream, let me know down in the comments. Let me know which artwork you like the best down there as well. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Orca Dorka!